All right, this is our latest update here with our Legacy Centennial that we're making. I know it's been a while since we had our update. We had Thanksgiving, we had the Halloween special, been troubleshooting the locomotive, and this is where we're at right now. And what you see is we have the Legacy motor with the encoder on it. That's our front smoke unit. We were waiting for the rear one. We now have that. We got the bracket. We got it all lined up where it's supposed to go. Your second Legacy motor. That's your soundboard there. Right here, I got this zip tie on here because I got the infrared sensor wrapped up, and I just have it to there for now. I didn't add that feature. We do not even use our infrared track, so I'd have to take this and kind of machine it a little bit to get that to fit. And right now I don't know, I'm on the fence on if I'm going to add it or not, but it's still plugged in. It's there. I just wrapped it up in tape so it wasn't bouncing around in that, and then I just kind of zip tied it to the soundboard there. There's the Legacy board. I got all the wiring ran and zip tied because this is a really long, very narrow shell for this locomotive, and any wiring that's through here, it just constantly gets hung up. So we routed it over everything. Single speakers underneath here. It's got a enclosure. It's enclosed. It's got a Fat Boy speaker. Electro couplers are hooked up. Everything is hooked up. We had a couple of issues. First, we don't have smoke actually on this yet. I cannot find the harnesses on Lionel's website. They do not list in the parts breakdowns the wiring harnesses for any of their locomotives. I mean, I can't find it. And I have the original harness for the front one, which is from the SD70 that we parted out. But there's a whole long story. It's a 5-pin. These are 5-pin smoke units. My driver board, the Legacy board here, I think it's called driver board, but either way, the Legacy board here, we had an issue with the one out of the SD70. What happened was it shorted out, and one of these four, I don't know what they are on the board, one of them is bad. So I had this board was out of another project. It was I had to purchase a board, and it's a Legacy board, but it has the 4-pin plugs for the smoke units. Everything is identical except this is a little older board, to where now they have that temperature sensor on the smoke units, the 5-pin smoke units. So I have one of two options, and neither one I can do right now because I can't find the harness. I can't get harnesses for the smoke units. But I could either go and get 4-pin smoke units and put in, or if anyone that rebuilds these boards, I need to get the original board rebuilt so that I can then just plug the 5-pin motors into the board. But then the next problem is I can't find 5-pin harnesses for these smoke units. So originally, when we first had it running and testing, I had the front one was working because the old board, I had extended the wiring on the harness to be able to reach here. and I had the front one working. The rear one I just didn't have a harness for, and I thought I had found one on Lionel by searching, but it was not the correct one when the parts came in. It was a 5-pin unit, or wire harness, but it was a bigger spaced 5-pin, and it won't plug in. This is I think it's a 5mm is what they're called, but I'm not 100% sure. So we were just having the front one working at the time, but then we shorted out the board, and I'm going to go into explaining why the board shorted out. So I had this board, and I just switched them out. So everything now runs. This is, like I said, same board, but it's a 4-pin smoke unit. Receive the plugs on it, and these are 5s. So for right now, we don't have smoke on the locomotive, and that's my dilemma. I either need to get the board that has a short in it rebuilt, or I need to replace these with 4-pin smoke units. I'd rather get the board rebuilt because I can use this board as a replacement on another locomotive. That's what it was for to begin with. So that's where we're at with the smoke units. We got the ground lights. There's your run program is the front switch here. Your Odyssey is this one, the second one on this side. And then on this side over here is the smoke on and off. And we have the smoke switched off because otherwise then the cab lights will blink, because the smoke units are not plugged in. So it senses that it thinks something's wrong because it's not getting the signal to the smoke units. So we have that switched off. Really, I mean, it's ready to put back together. This goes to the rear light. We have it just hanging there. This harness goes to all the cab lights and the headlights and what have you. And then the antenna gets plugged in on right there. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put this back together, and then we're gonna get it on the track. We're gonna go over a lot of the updates to the chassis and to the body that we've done. Caleb will go over that. This has turned out really well. Yeah. Like I said, other than the smoke units, that's a little disappointing, we're gonna have a full Legacy Centennial here. So we're gonna put the lid on the shell, and then we're gonna put it back on the track, and we're gonna go over its functions, features, and our updates that we've done. So yep. Hold on, we'll be right back. Yeah. All right, we're back. So you can see we got the shell back on the frame. While this was apart and we were doing the Legacy conversion on this locomotive, we decided to go ahead and add some details that were missing from the model that are actually on the real locomotive. So we were kind of looking over some of the pictures of the 6936 while it was in excursion service, and I think, as we had mentioned in the past, Union Pacific had added ditch lights to the actual 6936. So we went ahead and added those, and Union Pacific put them on the actual pilot of the locomotive instead of the pilot deck. So we went and replicated that here with our ditch lights. They're hooked up and they operate perfectly. You'll see that here in the run session. Another thing we noticed too in the pictures is they have that orange MU cable draped like that. So we replicated it on here. Thought that came out really well. Really adds to the front, the visual of this locomotive. Really makes that front really pop. And then the pilot itself, you see the brake lines, those there, both sides of the pilot. Those are cast into this version of this locomotive. They're just cast into the actual pilot instead of separately applied. So what we did is we painted them, the black hoses, and then the connecting ends, we painted them so they show up really well. Looks really, really good, because that detail kind of got lost in just all the gray paint there. So we went ahead and added that, and came out great, I thought. The coupler cut bar is also cast in. So what we did was looked at the pictures of the actual 6936, and the handles on both sides of the coupler cut bar are painted white. So we replicated that on this model as well. You can see it even on the rear pilot. It's all the same. So we did that on our model. I thought that came out really well. Like I said, this is an earlier version of the Centennials that MTH had done. On the actual 6936, the faces of the steps going up to the pilot deck and to the walkways on the side. On the real the real locomotive, the faces of the steps are painted white. So we went ahead and replicated that on here. Like I said, even going up to the walkway, and then the rear as well, we did that. Thought that came out really good. The details here on the fuel tank, there you go. The red painted details, we added them. That was just all gray as well. So yeah, I thought this come out really well. Really enjoyed adding the details to it, along with the Legacy operating system in it. This locomotive really, it wasn't easy, but it was a lot of fun. And now to be able to run this in full Legacy with our other locomotives is it's amazing. I'm shocked and amazed that we pulled it off, but we did, and we're gonna go ahead and put it through its paces for you, and so you can see it in operation. And then next video we'll have a run session. We got a lot of stuff planned for it. But Caleb's gonna go and show you a little bit of what it is, and we're gonna wrap this video up.
Alrighty.
So here we go. You can go ahead and do a extended startup if you want in the Legacy.
Yep.
This is the yard office. Do you copy? I read you. Over. Get us set up running. The train will be ready at 17:30. Over. Yes, sir. Start up and stand by. Out.
So there you go. You heard that. Can you turn it down like 1 or 2?
Yeah.
All right. The sounds are really loud on this locomotive. It really sounds really, really good in person. So I had them turn it down so you can hear me over the sounds a little bit. But you see there, you got the dual beam headlight there up front. The number boards, they're on. Like I said, the green marker lights, I haven't figured that one out yet. We're still working on that. And just like the rear has the red marker lights, they're in there, they're just not hooked up. That and the smoke and the strobe light. The strobe light actually we had working. Then we had technical difficulties with it. So it was burning out the headlamp. So we disconnected it. I obviously did something wrong. So that's going to be a work in progress. It's something we're going to work on. But the locomotive runs, operates, full Legacy. You can see too, you got the ground lights. There you can see on the truck, you see the ground lights on it. It's on both sides. There you can kind of see your number boards, the headlight, the cab lights are on. You can see in there. You can go ahead. Can you shut the cab lights off, Caleb?
Yep.
So you see the cab lights shut off, the ground lights shut off with it, headlight. But your number boards stay on just like, you know, normal Legacy operation. You can go ahead and turn them back on now. And there you go. That's really awesome to have that. So we can go ahead. You want to blow the horn so we can hear that?
Yep.
Turn that light back on. So you got the full quilling horn on there. Full Legacy. You got your bell. You can go ahead and do that. Sounds real good. So now we're going to show you them ditch lights. You can go ahead and bring it forward. So you have your lights come on. So now you got your full oscillating ditch lights there. And then they go back to just being on once I'm forward. So this locomotive, what speed set you have it in?
It is in 1, now it's in 2.
So you see, full Legacy.
Sorry.
Now you bumped it back down to 0. So there you go. Smooth as silk. It's just quiet, like factory. I mean, just, it's amazing. I can't believe this big old Centennial is full Legacy and ready to go to work on our layout. So there you go. And there's the rear. And see, you can see, oh, there's my finger. You see the pilot, we detailed that just the same. Rear of the locomotive. You go ahead and put it reverse. There you go, you got your backup light there on the top. There we go. I said smooth as silk. I mean, we did it. We got ourselves a Lionel Legacy Centennial, and I'm pretty confident in saying this is the only one. I haven't seen any others on YouTube, so if there's any others, they haven't posted their handiwork, but we have. So there you have it. There's that Centennial full Legacy, and like I said, we're ready to run it on the layout. We're gonna have some cool videos coming up using it in some lash ups, and can't wait to get it behind that big boy and the A44 and all the other ones, and have some big epic lash ups with the other diesels, the other UP diesels we have. So that's where we're at, and happy to be able to say we're done. Well, other than the couple of loose ends we got to tie up with the smoke units and the lights, but I mean, that's for another day.
Yeah.
So there you have it, the Lionel Legacy Centennial 6936. Sometimes we call it Frankenstein, sometimes we call whatever, but it's legit, it's done, and we're happy. You happy?
Yeah. Very.
All right.
Very happy.
Yep. So, yep. Stay tuned. We're gonna have some more videos with the Legacy Centennial and all the other cool stuff here in the train layout. So, as always, happy railroading.
Happy railroading.
All right.
Bye.